started.
All-seeing eye. Okay. What's he got for us? E4. Let's see, I played a French and a Sicilian recently. How about just a regular old E4, E5? Let's see what we get. What is that? That has a name. Ponziani, maybe? I'll look it up later. I've seen it before. And I think you're supposed to strike quickly in the center when he plays like that. The idea is to build up to the D4 move. Oh, he doesn't seem to be in any hurry to play D4. Maybe I just trade it off if that happens. Anyway, I am planning to develop my dark squared bishop and castle. These first few moves happened rather quickly, and I don't really know this opening, so I probably should not have played him so quickly. But isn't bishop to D6 a good move? Can he hit my queen? Queen can drop back here. I think this is okay. And I'm sort of looking indirectly at the H2 pawn here. Okay, and he sets up a fianchetto, kind of weakening the light squares. So I can play bishop to H3 immediately. His rook will come here. And then I castle. He can also place his knight here. Let's castle first. And play H6 to stop any pins on this knight. And also after I play bishop to H3, which I've been planning. Looks like it's good now. He doesn't have knight to G5 there kicking the bishop, so the bishop can sit here for a while. You know, he's just going to reroute this bishop to F1, I guess, so it's not going to be anything great, is it? Let's put this rook on the D file anyway, though. He's got a weak pawn here. If I trade off his light squared bishop, maybe that will come under fire. His knight is supporting his knight on F3. The knight on D2 supports the knight on F3, so bishop to F1 is possible. It doesn't leave the knight hanging. Yeah, so I think I will trade and just get rid of that light squared bishop. And then put another pawn in the center. He has to take with the rook, right? If he takes with the knight. Oh no, this knight is supported by the queen too. He could take either way. Yeah, so that's reasonable. And let's see, if I play my queen to D, or E6 rather, he could play D4, taking advantage of the pin. So maybe queen here. I still want to look at that D pawn. I'm looking at the B pawn too. And I want to put a rook on the E file and push this pawn forward maybe. Different ideas in this position. But it seemed like the pressure on the knight was not gaining me anything. Okay, so he's harassing my queen. If I go to a dark square, his bishop can hit it. Yeah, maybe that's a problem. Okay, I need to get back to where I have a retreat. Huh? Let's see, can I come forward here? He's queen, pawn, yeah, everything. So I think I have to go back. Okay, so that was a failed venture because I didn't have any threat, so he had time to harass my queen. I was looking at that pawn, but there was not a threat to take it yet. I needed to get the bishop out of the way. Rook and queen coordinating on that. Okay, well now that's not too bad. I can get my queen back to E6. His knight is blocking. His knight is blocking there. And what? I'm looking out at these light squares. I still want to get off of the E file. Put my rook on the E file and push my E pawn forward. So I kind of wasted some time there. Probably better ways to play that. So can I play And even though I can't play e4, he can just take it. But I can put my rook there. e4, he takes, knight takes is now okay. This bishop will be pinned by the rook, but there's no immediate threat. So e4 is a move here. e4, he can't push forward, he's got to move his knight. So he might want to play something to prepare for e4, like move this knight out of the way. Yeah, I'm not sure what his plan is here. This knight, the knight on e3 is sort of in the way of his bishop, and the knight on f3 is not looking at any great squares. He could preempt my e4 by playing d4, but I would still push on ahead. Kick his knight out. Okay, so he retreats the knight that way. So now he's got another piece on e4. So pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes, queen takes. He's got it covered. I wonder. Well, put more force behind it. He's got his rook off the e-file, so I can put my queen back there. Although he can just move back. But then, can I push? Pawn takes, knight takes. Knight takes, queen takes. Yeah, I'm hitting his queen. Queen takes, rook takes. And it doesn't really matter that... okay, so he is going after queen side expansion. He can kick this knight. So let's push on while I can. That's his idea. He just wants to push the pawns forward. Now, a4 is maybe an idea. a5, he plays b5. Where does the knight go? Knight has to reroute back to b8. Let's see, is there an idea of taking on b4? Bishop takes, pawn takes, either knight takes, or knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. You end up with either a knight here or a bishop here. The knight, it's hitting the queen and threatening to go to this square. But it's not a huge threat. Yeah, let's just put some pawns. I'm going to have pawns on dark squares over here, but they're away from the bishop, so it's not like they're going to hinder the bishop in any way, and I'm going to have to reroute this knight somewhere useful. Maybe it can come back to b6. Or maybe I need to play pawn to b6 to, yeah, I can't really, let's defend that pawn, and he can take the trade off the bishop here for his knight. And let's see, do I want to take with the queen or the rook? Maybe the rook, lift the rook. And let's see, I can put the rook here, but then he can push the pawn forward. Kind of annoying. Okay, where is his knight going from there?
Take back requested.
There. That's ridiculous. Why should he take back that move? That's a fine move, right? He's hitting my rook. Maybe he spotted another move or something. Anyway, I don't see any reason to allow a take back. It doesn't look like a mouse slip to me. Doesn't even look like a bad move. Okay, well, maybe there was something I missed. So let's try and get this knight here. But where is the knight going from there? Just seems I'm a little bit cramped here. I need to trade off some pieces here and get this yeah. So the rook here was a bad move because it's blocking this knight. Okay, the queen comes out, hitting my knight. Let's take. What can I say? So maybe one thing I have going for me here is that this his bishop is blocked by his own pawns, but these pawns are mobile. they can come forward, so that bishop is going to turn into a better piece pretty soon. Let's see, okay, so I'm getting my queen out of the way, I'm going to move my rook over, and then I'm going to try and get my knight into the game. I was thinking about pushing this pawn forward, but it just leaves me with a weak b pawn. Yeah, so he's preparing to push his pawn forward. Let's see, I can hop into this square. Okay, so he goes forward with his c pawn. Now where's my knight go? Maybe around this way. Knight to here would be good in conjunction with the queen. So maybe queen here to allow knight to f6. Sort of abandoning the queen side over here and bring my pieces over to the king side. So knight f6 to g4. Hitting his bishop, and with some ideas of bringing my queen in. Queen to h5 or f5. And also hitting his bishop. And maybe pushing the f-pawn forward. Okay, so he kicks the knight right away. I don't especially want to trade it. Okay, we'll keep the knight on for a while. I'm going to have to, I want to push that f-pawn forward though, so it's going to take some maneuvering here. Maybe, so if he pushes forward, I'm taking, like I said, it'll leave me with a backwards b pawn here. With his bishop. He also gets a rook to that square. Okay, let's see. Is there a good way to stop that plan? Rook here, he pushes anyway. Rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes. And he's hitting this pawn here. It's very frustrating. Yeah, I think he's winning a pawn over there. Can I counterattack something? Well, he has given up one square, so maybe I will go for the e5 square. So I'm thinking he's going to take with the rook. Oh, that hits, yeah, okay, so this defends the knight. I was going to say, I didn't notice actually my knight was hanging at the end of that sequence. Yeah, so he trades my queen. Now the queen can jump in here with check. And now, where's a good square for this knight? Maybe here. So, like I said, I'm abandoning my queen side, but maybe I can get some play on the king side here. I don't know. He could grab the pawn over here. Oh, he doesn't want to do that. Okay, so I don't have to respond, or do I? Yeah, I guess I should move the knight. He's threatening to take. I take back, and then he wins the knight. So, knight here. Also allows a queen check over here. Might be interesting in some cases. All-seeing eye. He's playing pretty well.
Check.
Or I'm playing badly. Maybe a little of both. And he's got time left on his clock. He's been moving reasonably fast. Let's see, knight here would threaten mate on g2, but his queen can just take the knight. Queen here first check, then knight here. Check if he goes to the second rank. Maybe there's something that way. Maybe there's something there. And he does have these light squared weaknesses, these holes. Okay, so his queen is over here. defending against the checks. And so let's see, can I lift my rook up? Also defending the my pawn over here. So one idea is to pin the g-pawn. Pin the g-pawn, and then I can play knight to f4. Oh, but his bishop can take it. Yeah, it doesn't work. Or push the h-pawn forward. Let's see. Oh, he'd moved. I didn't notice he'd moved. Let's see. What can I play here? Well, still, this move here looks good, right? Maybe there's a sacrifice here. Or maybe I just push the pawn forward. That's funny. I didn't hear him move. What his last move was rook to d7. Okay, rook d8 check, then rook d7. So he unpinned with his king. Yeah, still, let's bring a pawn forward. Yeah, it's interesting. He's threatening to, well, he's not really threatening to take that, is he? That's defended by my queen. But if I go forward, then, and he pushes forward, how am I ever getting to his king? Okay, this is to have an answer. So when I play h4 and he plays g4, I can at least take it. But that still allows him to play rook h5 check. That's kind of annoying. Ah, he sacks the exchange here. Okay, I don't see as I have a choice there. So pawn forward, he can just take it with his bishop. Just pawn forward, I guess. That solved a lot of my problems, really. So that was convenient of him to play that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So he has a pawn for the exchange. And his king, I still haven't successfully made great inroads into his king here.
Check.
But how is he taking back here? This is a problem, right?
White resigns.
Okay, well, finally I broke through there.
Challenge.
Interesting game. I will upload this and do a postmortem. See you guys later.